Hello and welcome everybody, I'm Barbarian and this is Crusader Kings 2 and I am back with yet another speedrun achievement guide, this time around for Red Sea Resort. Convert Mecca to Hinduism, Buddhism or Jainism. This one is fairly easy if you play, as per usual, the Mongols. Of course, one proud Mongolian here, by the way. So all you need to do is you start as the Mongols in 1241, of course, Rise of the Han, so we all know the bookmark very well. And it works in a very easy way, because you are of course fairly unbeatable with your 100k troops, but you need to make sure that everything else is exactly where you need it to be. So for example, you are Tengri, but you need to be one of the three religions, Hinduism, Buddhism or Jainism. And the way we're going to do this, we are going to invite a concubine from any person that will give one to us. This one, for example, I think this one actually does not work out. I believe that the AI takes her for himself. You also have to arrange a divorce and marry anyone that is Catholic. Now, why that is the case, we will see in a second here. But first things first. So what you do is you marry a Catholic, and then you also make sure that before you convert to Catholicism, you want to go on and actually get that Buddhist concubine into your court. Because even if you lose her, because concubinage is of course not legal in Catholicism, don't worry about it. Now again, as I said, I don't know why, but you know, the dude that I asked for the concubine there just refused it. I asked someone else and then he said yes, and that is where I got the concubine from eventually. All you need to do is get that concubine that is Buddhist or Hinduist or, you know, Jainism, whatever you think, but Buddhism is usually the quickest and easiest choice. Get that into your court and then become Catholic, because once you become Catholic, everything that will happen to you is essentially you are safe from crusades. And that is relevant because what we are going to do here is immediately a subjugation of everything that the Ayyubids own down here in Syria, Egypt, you know, Arabia, all of the good stuff. Because with that subjugation, you become the potential target of the crusade, and you don't want that, which is why once you take it over, you should be Catholic, because once you're Catholic, the crusade simply gets cancelled. And you will see here that I just had to exchange someone from the council. The war, of course, as always, goes very, very quickly, seeing as nobody really has a chance to oppose us. Either way, we destroy the enemies, we take them down, and then once that is done, you want to be Catholic, and that means that the crusade goes elsewhere, which is very, very helpful. I then moved on here and made it so that I would just revoke Mecca. I would encourage you to do that as well. You just revoke Mecca and then as soon as possible revoke everything underneath Mecca as well. All of the baronies in one hand will make it so that, of course, you can pillage and raid them at the same time. So as you can see here, I'm revoking the baronies one by one. And once that is done, you can then click the pillage holding button. And the pillage holding button will make it so that Red Sea Resort is a very easy thing. The way it works, just, you know, a mechanical explanation, I guess. If you are a horse lords that, you know, hold land that is empty and that they hold personally, will always make that land be their religion and their culture. Meaning, right now it would be Mongol and it would also be Catholic. Now, after we convert, which will happen in a second, I got rid of my wife, as you can see there. I got a new wife, and that wife is, of course, Buddhist, and now I am also Buddhist. With all that working, now if I have an empty province, that empty province will always be Mongolian as well as, of course, Buddhist. So all I need to do is I need to make Mecca an empty province, because if nobody lives there except my, you know, few horse lords, my fellow horse lords, then everyone will be of my culture and religion. That is really how easy as it is, and the rest of this entire video is mostly me waiting for this becoming, you know, an empty province, as it should be to win this achievement. Red Sea Resort is one of the easier ones simply because the Mongols are as powerful as they are. If they didn't have the opportunity to invade anyone on the map that is in Diplo range as soon as they wanted to, then of course this would be a fairly lengthy and fairly difficult achievement. But with everything said and done, as you can see right here, I just had to fight some rebellions, and after the rebellions were fought, I decided to essentially just go down there and park my troops there. Don't be worried if, for example, the Caliph, he did it to me. If he declares a jihad for you, I mean, let's be real here, he can't actually do anything against you. You will always come out on top with your 100k troops that you have available. You don't really need to worry about, you know, any unrest as well. Of course, the Ayyubids are fairly strong, but not strong enough to dab on you, seeing as no one can match your strength in this world. I think I even had a second. Yeah, there you go. There was a second revolt, but it immediately ended because it was also firing in Mecca. And of course, that means we immediately defeated them. Now, once all of these holdings are gone, you will be looking at a new and wonderful fresh achievement. And with that being said, I already want to thank the members of the channel, namely Aaron, the Barons, Aaron, Stefan, the Ritterstein, Snywolf, then the Counts, Emma Mamello, I am Deadpool, and Suspicious Dark, and last but not least, the Dukes, Nathan, Herman, Knight of Squires, Kenneth, Lexo, Benedict, Roboman, and My Dad Left Me at Arbis, as well as, of course, the absolute legend Eric. I will see you after this is done, of course. There you go. The achievement has popped, and we have done it. And I want to thank you for watching this if you are interested in more guides, and let me know in the comments what you think you want to see when it comes to achievements. There are some tricky ones, of course, but most of them should be able to be done with the Mongols if I do it right. Either way, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next episode of whatever. Alright, speaking hard. Later, alligator.